The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. The past is a memory. The future hasn't happened yet. And a lot of times our minds are so focused on either of those directions when all the things that are happening around us is in the present moment. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna Sade. I have a podcast called This Is For The Soul, the podcast, and I have decided to link my podcast and my YouTube channel together. I wanted to create a more intimate space for the community that I'm building. I like video podcast, so why not? I tried this before, but we're back and we're better than ever. And I'm super excited. There will be a podcast playlist on this channel for you guys to view and stream every podcast episode I've made, as well as the link to the actual podcast will be in the description, where you can still listen and stream on your regular podcasting platforms such as Apple, Spotify, or Google. Without further ado, now we can get into today's episode. Hey guys, long time no see. I haven't been on the podcast in a long time, and it feels really good to be back. This break that I took was unintentional, but it was very well needed. I need time to recharge sometimes, time to recuperate and get my shit together, however long that may take. And I was really super excited to come back onto the podcast. You guys don't know how many times I have tried to sit down and record, but my mind was just like, not it. It was given imposter syndrome. So I've taken this time to reflect, rest, give myself grace, allow myself to make mistakes, and just be without needing to do something, because that's constantly how I feel. But nourishing yourself is super important, because the more that you pour into yourself, the better you feel, and you'll be able to be more available to others and be more present. So I'm just in the season of nurturing myself and being more gentle and intentional with my mental health and my mind and my body and my spirit. I just want you guys to remember to always take care of yourself. Always make sure that you put yourself first. So for today's topic, we are going to be talking about how to face your fears and trust in the flow. I'm not a Christian anymore, but I am very spiritual and I believe in God. And God does his thing right when he needs to. And sometimes in life, there will be multiple times where you kind of just have to take your hand off of the wheel. Y'all know when they say Jesus take the wheel, yeah, there's a lot of times in life where you just have to give it to God, because once you release the control of the situation, the outcome, the goal, whatever it is, and you allow the higher power to work, things will move a lot smoothly. And for me, I'm an overthinker. I'm an overthinker and an overworrier, and I have anxiety. So that's easier said than done. Overthinking is what creates that spiraling tunnel, and it creates the fear and the blockages that get in the way of trying to achieve a goal. And that constantly being in your head has you wondering all of these things like, what if this? What if that? How this? How that? And when you have all these questions in your head, all of that questioning will eventually turn into doubt, and that doubt will turn into fear, and that fear will turn into lack of interest. You could have had your mind set on that goal, but the moment you got to questioning your goal and started with the what ifs and stuff, that is when you are signaling to the universe that you don't know if you're ready. You're overthinking. And that's like the story of my life. My overthinking has stopped me from doing. I want to do it, but I'm scared, because what if it doesn't go how I want it? What if people don't like me? And fear is one issue, but when you let that fear consume you and interfere with your success, that's a whole nother problem. But there is a way to stop that. One of the only ways to stop it is by doing it scared. Taking action even if you're scared. When you let go of all possible outcomes and still go for it, that's like the ultimate bravery. That's like getting on a roller coaster for the first time. My first time getting on a roller coaster was Loch Ness Monster at Busch Gardens, and I was so scared. Like, I told myself that I would never get on a roller coaster. And what happened? I got on it. It was scary, but it wasn't that bad. There are a lot of things that I've told myself that I wasn't gonna do, and I did it. Like getting tattoos. I have like 5 tattoos. And the very first time I got a tattoo, well, I actually ended up getting 2 that same day. And those were my very first tattoos, and they weren't that bad. And people would talk about getting tattoos and how scary they were. It hurt so bad, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, that's that person's experience. You're not going to know what the experience is until you actually go for it. So that's how you get over fear, is by actually doing it. So now let's switch gears and talk about control. Control is nice because when you're in control, it gives you the authority and the ability to envision and create whatever it is that you want, however it is that you want. But what if you lose that control? Then what? Nothing's going your way, everything's spiraling, and you just can't control any of that. This is an uncomfortable feeling for most because of the uncertainty. And a lot of people, myself included, fear the loss of control because not knowing what your next move is, what your next step is, how you're going to get this, how you're going to get that, it's scary. But that scariness is normal. And the good thing about the unknown is the sky is the limit. And once you get over your fear and trust that you're going to be okay, it feels good. You're not stressing about what's going to happen next, how you're going to get to the next point, and you're not setting yourself up for disappointment. And most importantly, you're not limiting yourself from your own opportunities. It's kind of like losing something, for example. People lose things all the time, especially clothes. Like, y'all don't know how many times I've lost shirts. Once you stop paying it any mind, like the fact that you even lost the shirt, or you just stop looking for it and stop worrying, next thing you know, the shirt is going to pop up, because that's usually what happens. Once you stop giving it the energy that it's lost, 9 times out of 10, you will eventually find that thing if you were meant to find it. That's why when things don't go your way, it probably wasn't meant. And if it was meant, it will come around again. You just have to allow the universe to work. Life would not be interesting if we knew all the answers, all the details, and had every single thing planned out. Like, where's the fun in that? There needs to be twists and turns, because nothing in life is always going to go how we want it, and nothing is always going to go right. And going with the flow allows for more universal co-creation and balance. It allows for things to fall in place and happen naturally, how it was meant to happen. It helps keep you more present, because the past and the future can't be controlled if they don't exist. The past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist. The past is a memory, the future hasn't happened yet. And a lot of times, our minds are so focused on either of those directions when all the things that are happening around us is in the present moment. So stressing about what's going to happen in the future, or stressing about something that happened in the past that we can't reverse, is just taking time away, and it's just wasting energy. The question that you should ask yourself is, what can I focus on now that's most important? And always remember that when you move with the flow and when you just let things be, it allows for more appreciation for the mistakes and the steps that it takes to reach your goal. That's called growth. Friends, that is the end of this podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed this discussion, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, as well as leave a review on your favorite podcast streaming platform so we can spread the love to more people. I love you guys, and I will chit chat next time. Bye.